What's going on, my rays of sunshine? I am back. Welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be more of on a more serious note YouTube video, and it's basically about narcissistic personality disorder or any type of emotional abuse that anyone has been through. I just kind of want to give like a brief kind of like story time, but also words of encouragement, because I know a lot of people are going through it, and I'm not going to say that just women and girls are going through it. Like, guys definitely are going through it. There's definitely more narcissistic guys, I would say, for like a weird reason, but it doesn't mean that like girls can't either. Either way, I just want to say that you can glow up after being abused narcissistically. And these are the most dangerous kind of abuse because it's so manipulating and it's so damaging to not only your mentality but also your soul, that it's very, very hard to come back from. And me being almost a year and a half out of it, I definitely feel like echoes of pain here and there, but definitely I've grown more gratitude for the experience that has happened. So to make a long story short, I was with a narcissist for about a year and a half, almost 2 years. And at the time, I didn't know what a narcissist was. I just thought he just had anger issues. But even then, like, I can't even tell you why I stayed. I can't tell you why I stayed so long. Like, does anyone ever know why they stay besides being dumb? Like, he yelled at me on our first date when the same day my grandpa died. So I don't know why that wasn't a huge indicator for me that I shouldn't be messing with this person. But I was young and dumb, and I own up to staying for as long as I did, tolerating for as much as I did, and I knew to not tell anybody. Also, that's also a huge sign. When you can't tell your family or your friends, or they see it and you justify it all the time, something's wrong. But I knew something was wrong the entire time. Like, never don't trust your gut feeling. Never not listen to that discernment or that gut feeling. Even if you don't know what it is, listen to it, leave, don't try to find out what it is. Like, it's there for a reason and it doesn't change. Like, because more than one occasion I tried talking to him about it and that was dumb. Like, I always felt like he was against me, but he was saying the things that were reeling me in. Like, I want marriage, so he knew to always tug on that. Like, he got me a ring and everything, so I was tied in by that and by words and false promises and like of this facade. Like, it was just so bad. It was so bad. And people around him know that there's something wrong with him, and I thought it was just anger, but it's so much more than that. And I should have known, but it's okay. Don't beat yourself up about it when you feel stuff and you ignore it, because we have to go through these things at least once to get it, because now I get it. And before, like, I didn't have many boyfriends before that, but definitely I know what it is now. And, it took a lot of crying. It took a lot of prayer. It took a lot of self-evaluation too, because there's a reason in myself of why I stayed so long. Like, I don't just move on from relationship to relationship. I definitely self-evaluate after each one. Like, was it me? Was it really the other person? Like, because it's never just them, you know what I mean, in any situation when it comes to a relationship. But with them, it's not even a relationship. Like, you're doing everything little by little. It's like they groom you. Like, the narcissistic terms are grooming. They love bomb you. They make you feel so special. They make you all these promises, and they'll go above and beyond. Some of them are bums. Mine was a bum, but some of them will go above and beyond, especially if they got money. Mine didn't. Like, 'cause it doesn't take much to satisfy me, so that's why. Like, I I felt bad for him. Oh my gosh. It was the devil definitely planned it out perfectly for me to fall for that temptation. So it is what it is. And I'm happy to say that I'm so much stronger now after coming out of that. And I'm not going to go into detail and stuff like this. I don't care if he sees it. I'm not using his name. If you guys know who I'm talking about, don't even comment it. Like, we know what's up. My family knows what's up now. I honestly have no bad blood towards him. Like, God records everything everybody does. So when people are out there doing this to people, and I know he's doing it to the next and the next, but he was actually physically hurting the other girls before me. And it got to that point with me by the end of the relationship. So I knew I had to dip. But I wasn't telling nobody. You know what? And I own up to it. And I knew, and I said it in my mind. I was like, if I'm going to be stupid, I'm going to be stupid in silence. You know, if I want to choose to stay with this, I don't want to hear people saying, you need to leave him. I said, if I'm going to be stupid, I'm going to be stupid one time. And I'm going to really get the lesson. And that's what I did. So that's exactly what I did. Thank God they pulled me out of that. And I know I'm not even judging anybody. Some people are married to these people. They don't even know what a narcissist is. They have kids with them. My best friend does. It's just horrible. It's horrible the way that it's going. But at the same time, like, everything works out for God's good. Like, everything's predestined in our life. So God knew that this was going to happen, but they also knew that I was going to come out stronger. And I definitely have, and smarter and more beautiful inside and out. So honestly, I'm not saying that it's easy to get out. I'm not saying that it's easy to heal. I'm not saying that any of it is easy. I'm not saying it's easy before them or after. Definitely not after. You definitely come out a different person, but they refine you. And it's not even like saying, oh, people deserve narcissistic abuse so that they can change. No, you can change without it, but sometimes people need that extra push because they just do. But besides that, I just want to say that you guys can glow up after that. You definitely can. If you don't feel like you can leave, you know you can. Like, they're cowards. Like, they need us to survive. Because when mine didn't have a supply to suck from, he was getting suicidal. And they do. They're so textbook. Like, I'm going to put the YouTube channel that helped me the most get out of this and help me heal. And he's amazing. He gives all types of videos, and I feel like he needs more exposure than he's getting credit for. But shout out to all the other YouTube channels that also hit narcissistic personality disorder. I'm not an expert. I'm just saying my story. But overall, like, it's getting bad out here. But it's prophetically getting bad out here. So it's not like I'm not expecting it to get bad. Like, the devil was the first narcissist ever. And these people are so demonic. Like, I seriously know that there's something more than just what they are. You know what I mean? Like, to not have empathy, to not have love, to not have remorse or anything, and to hurt people and then move on, that's not human. And I felt bad because his dad was like that, and that's why he turned out that way. But he didn't have to turn out that way. He chose to become what he is now. And in your 20s, you start to get very stuck in your ways, and he's there. So I pray for the girls before me. I pray for the girls after me that's going to have to go through that, because he's so good at hiding it. And we just got to smart up. We just got to wise up, ladies. That's it. Like, we literally have to get better at looking at patterns, because people can now fake actions and words too. I know that sounds dumb. And that's also what I was trying to look for. I was like, I'm not going to get hurt. Like, this is going to be my last. Like, we're going to get married, stuff like that. And I was 19 at the time. I'm 22 now. And I still want marriage, but not to the point of settling for that. Ever. So I just wanted to say that. And if you guys want me to do more videos on narcissistic personality disorder, just what I feel or I know, definitely comment below. But I'm not going to talk much about this because he's like a badge now. Like, my scar is a badge for another thing that I have overcome, and that makes me me. And that was not to give him credit for. That was me to give myself credit for and God credit for, because some people kill themselves after relationships like this. Transactional ships is what they call them. Like, you don't get anything in return. You're just doing what they want, and you're losing yourself and your soul little by little. And it's not a regular breakup. I kid you not, it's not. I was the one that left, and some people go back over and over again because there's that tie, and I have had those urges before and did, but not for long. Because all it did was reassure me of everything that I learned. And I didn't even know what a narcissist was until 2 months after I left. So when I found out that this is a category of breed of like people, it was a done deal. It was a done deal. Like, I thank God so much, like face to the floor. I was so happy that and it was Pinterest. It was from Pinterest. Nobody told me what this was. It just, Pinterest be clutch. Pinterest really be clutch. But like, some people go without knowing what this is. And I feel so sorry for them. Because evil does exist in many forms. The devil's prowling around this place. Like a human, like a baby, like whatever. But God is above all of those things. God Elohim is above all of that. And that's the only reason, too, that I could get out, is because I had God. Like, if I didn't, I think I would still be in that relationship to this day, sadly. And I'm not saying that nobody can get out who didn't have a relationship with God. I'm just saying it's a lot harder. I could not imagine being in it for like 17 years like these people have. I've heard so many stories that were way worse than mine. It's just bad. But I just really needed to get that out there. And I'm tired of being scared. And I'm just going to do what I do best. I'm not the same woman that I was before him. So I am grateful for the experience because I look at it through a positive light. But these people will have their ruin. I actually pray for them, but at the end of the day, the same way that God has his workers, so does the devil. So I'm not tripping. And if you're a narcissist and you see this and you want to change, like, I know it's hard. It's hard for regular people to change, but definitely that. Those who want to change and try, and you know that you are one, I commend you for that. And it is on a spectrum too. Like, we all have narcissistic traits, but there's a difference when you're like a 2 out of 10 than when you're like a full-blown 9 or like the actual personality disorder. There's a healthy narcissism and then there's a toxic one. There's nothing wrong with liking how you look or going to the gym or talking about yourself, kind of, but when you go to the extent of ruining someone's life and just using them, this is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the other stuff. I'm talking about literally just seeing people as tools. I have endless amount of proof and evidence, but I don't have to make him look bad. He makes himself look bad. So I'm not gonna, I feel bad for the inner child that died within him to make him become what he is now. I have sympathy, but I can't have sympathy enough to still be in contact. Absolutely not. So I say all this to say, God bless you, and I hope that if you are in one of these relationships to get out. I hope this is a sign for you. If you are already out, I hope this helps you heal. And if you are in the early stages of it and you think that's what it is, trust that. Don't ignore it. Because most of the damage that comes from the breakup is you neglecting what you knew but ignored. You neglecting your own soul. So, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. If I offended anybody, I'm sorry. It's just my experience. It's just my words. It's what I've learned. But I love you, trolls. I love you. And yeah, God bless you.